Duh, my parent. As I was saying, I do not mind going against Chantry. The most I would get is ass chewing, a little grumpy, but it can be dealt with. I was
Well,
just
that's
wondering if I could gain favor with you in exchange for that.
you want favor from me
Duh!
for doing something that I'm already stopping you from doing.
Duh, I mean, after all, it is Chantry. This would
I'll
also
tell you
be
what.
familiar business.
I'll tell you what. You
Okay.
want favor from me?
Duh.
Stick your hand through this hole right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep pointing at Princess.
He'll stick his hand through.
As soon as his hand goes through,
Princess bites it.
bites it and tells her to pull.
And she does.
When his hand's through, I'm gonna kick it and break that sumbitch clean off as hard as I can.
Okay.
So break it clean off?
Oh yeah, no, my okay. So it's like it's a tray slot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and kick it so it breaks off the metal of the tray slot, and then I'm gonna keep kicking it until it comes clean off.
All right. Let's make a roll.
Okay.
Let's make a roll. Do a strength plus brawl roll. Tobias, can you do a stamina plus brawl roll? I assume you're trying to pull your hand away.
Sure. Roll.
I think I'm gonna say your roll's gonna be a bit more difficult because you've got a dog attached to your hand at the moment.
Yeah, true, and also he's not a very physical person. Phil.
Okay. So Jasper, you don't do enough. You kick with all of your strength into the arm. You don't do sufficient damage to sever it, but you do hear a sickening break as the bone snaps under the weight of it, and the dog is pulling. Tobias, you are in a fairly significant amount of pain. You feel that happen immediately.
So I'm guessing frenzy check?
I think so.
Yeah, because,
I'm going to just move up to the ceiling.
Or unless you'd rather ride the wave.
You could just ride the wave, or you could try and keep your wits about you so that you could use your abilities. Because if you ride the wave and frenzy, you'll lose your ability to use your higher.
Okay, I'll ride the wave.
Okay.
Then I guess.
Okay.
Have the misfortune of being here, so as this starts, I'm going to move to the ceiling.
So if you ride
should come with me to the lab.
If you ride the wave, you go into frenzy. You won't be able to use your higher disciplines. But also, you won't have the pain. The pain will immediately disappear.
Okay.
So is that your choice? You're gonna allow you or invite the beast in?
Sure, I'll invite the beast in. I don't know how I'm going to react to it, so can I ride the wave and still have you narrate, or
yeah?
Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
That's no problem.
Sure.
So let's have a think about this. So Helena obviously disappears up to the ceiling to get out of the way of this, and she will see Tobias. His body is pulled in towards the door itself. You will hear the crack, and Tobias's head is off to one side, up against the side of the door, pulling all the strength. As you look at him, you can see a sort of glassiness go over his eyes, and his teeth clench together. His canines extend naturally, and you see his other hand come up and claw into the door. Stronger than you're familiar with his actions normally. As he does so, he leaves his scratches on the wall. Not that he's got claws or anything. Literally, just through pure adrenaline and strength, he scratches into the metal of the door. He takes away a layer of paint under his fingernails as he does so. He lets out a guttural, not a cry, more like a growl. One of his feet comes up and braces against the door, and he starts to pull with all of his strength. Jasper,
Yeah.
what are you doing now? You've broken his arm. The dog still has.
Oh,
hold
I'm
of
still
it,
kicking.
Okay.
I'm still kicking.
Okay. Then make another roll.
Brawl plus strength.
Yep. Tobias, can you make a rouse check for me, please?
Sure. I pass.
Lovely. It's not really the right word for it.
Oh, it's very lovely. This is fun.
Oh. 1 second. I might need to retcon something real quick. I just need to think
okay.
a real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed something. Quick yes or no? B.
No, I don't have that one.
Yeah, you do. It's on your character sheet.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is?
you do.
Okay. And also the other one too.
Yeah. That's less of a concern in the initial. The second one's less of a concern in the initial instant, but the first one is more of a concern for this particular situation.
Okay.
So I just need to know if there's a yes or a no to that question I asked you.
Then yes.
Okay. So
I totally forgot.
No, that's fine. I completely forgot about it as well, and I just glanced at it and saw it. So that first action stands, right? That first situation stands. The dog grabs hold of Tobias's hand and wrist and leans back with all of its strength to pull. You kick out and break the arm. You go to kick again. You hear a whelping sound from the dog, who lets go, and Tobias falls backwards out of the slot.
I instantly press myself up against the door and look back at Princess.
Okay, Princess is licking at her own muzzle and mouth. There are quite not like third degree, but they're quite significant burns in her mouth.
Ah, okay.
Now, the slight drawback with this situation is because she immediately let go of Tobias, and Tobias was pushing against the door, fell backwards, and obviously pulled his now mangled arm out of the slot. Tobias is now in full frenzy in the corridor.
Go ahead.
So what occurs immediately after that, the moment that Tobias hits the floor, is he will scramble to his feet and charge off down the corridor.
All you're going to hear from Jasper from the other end is going to be, I can be your best friend or your worst enemy. You going to try and play me? I'm going to try and play you.
Okay.
And goes right back and closes it.
Unfortunately, because he's in full frenzy, he probably won't pay any attention to that whatsoever, and Tobias charges off down the corridor. And when I say charges off down the corridor, it would ordinarily be on all fours, but it is all threes at the moment. His broken arm kind of slopping from side to side as he goes, with issuing guttural, animalistic sounds as he does so. It's probably lucky Helena got onto the ceiling and out of line of sight immediately, because she would be attacked almost immediately at that point. Tobias is going into the rest of the building, though.
Once he's out of this hall, she scurries down to the chute and does a very bad impersonation of Dr. Oldman's usual knock, which is typical for her. She's not great at exactly copying others. At least she does not seem to be.
Mm-hmm. So just where there's a second knock at the door.
No. She's knocking on the inside of a chute to carry it through the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I open up the door. Y'all better go stop him. Close it.
I'm not the one that has to clean up the building.
I'm going to assume I didn't hear that because you're in a wall.
Could,
Oh no!
What is it?
Let's say David is on his way back, and probably maybe just catches the sight of Tobias disappearing through the door on the opposite end of the corridor.
well, I was just going to. I figured we were going to use the chute as a speaking tube, considering considering Helena's and I's abilities in that regard.
I gotcha.
Yeah, what is it that time?
Tobias is running amok.
How the hell did his needle go all the way to muck?
I have not going to mince words. He got fucked up.
Who?
Princess and owner.
Oh my god.
If you hear snarling, be careful.
You can certainly hear loud guttural snarling throughout the building. It seems to be coming from the direction of the Nymphomania ward.
Uh-oh, that's where he's at.
How good are you with the trank rifle?
I am trank rifle.
Do you really want to disassemble him?
You can put him back together. You would appreciate the effort.
That's on you, but I'm not in any shape to get close to someone like that. Which way is he heading?
Just starts cursing. Down hall. I don't know. Follow sounds.
Fine.
And I'm gonna go off after him.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure I make every single surface I pass the dirtiest I can.
Well, it's not difficult to follow him. He's making a lot of noise, and he's making for... Luckily, this is a secure mental hospital, so the doors on each of the rooms are generally secured. But on the lower security side, so places like the Nymphomania suite and the lower end parts where the doors are basically wooden...
I like how it's a suite now.
The wing.
Hey, it's where I slowly turn it into a suite. I don't know what you're talking about.
It will be significantly easier for him to get into rooms. He is moving through the building at some pace.
All right, I go up and grab my prepared problematic kindred kit, aka trank gun, elephant style tranquilizers, and a couple of bigger syringes that will be useful for stabbing weapons for those of us that are more physically oriented.
Okay. You go and collect your belongings, your kits, etc.
I'm assuming, since I'm in the lab, I basically grab and like a first aid kit and go.
You go grab your kit and head out. Helena, you're following after in Tobias's wake, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tobias, can you please make a resolve plus composure roll at difficulty +3? So you need 4 successes to succeed at this. You're muted.
And for those with heightened hearing, you may be hearing David mutter something along as, "Where the hell is Dad? He was always good at shutting these things down."
Resolve and composure. Oh, right at 4.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Good job.
You come back into yourself. Just as you become aware of yourself, it's like you've gone on holiday for a moment. Right, everything's gone. Everything goes red for a second. You feel the pain. Everything goes red for a second, and then that red starts to lift, and it lifts just as a wooden door explodes underneath your weight, and a very frightened-looking young lady scrabbles back into the corner of her room and throws a pillow at you.
Oh, excuse me. Nice pillow. Fluff it for you?
Your arm hangs limply down next to you. There is a significant amount of paper.
David would be tickled pink that he's rubbing off on the others.
Excuse me. Oh, just walk away.
She screams. There's a shrill, continuous, high-pitched scream coming from you in your direction.
No, shut up.
How far away is David at this point in time?
Close. I mean, it's a largish hospital, but it's not that large that it's going to take you hours to get from one side to the other. You're at best at running speed within 2 or 3 minutes of the location.
All right, you'll see David kind of huffing and puffing as he comes up. He's got his case with him, and he stops when he sees you, Tobias. Wary look on his face.
The other thing that happens, Tobias, I probably should mention, is you'll probably slump up against the wall because you've left your cane behind.
Oh, okay. Damn it. Hey. Hello! I guess I'm gonna fluff it.
I no longer hear the noises, right?
You can still hear the screaming, high-pitched screaming coming from the woman who's now throwing.
That's not my fault.
Objects.
That's not my
David.
fault or my problem.
No.
David, shut up, please.
Jasper, I was only asked by him to take care of the rampaging issue, and that's already resolved itself. So I'm going to go to the break room and intentionally rub all of my soot everywhere Jasper loves.
I'm gonna fucking cut you.
I'm gonna drink his stash too.
All right.
And the funny part about this is, I would know it was her because there would be like fingerprints everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That is the intent.
All right. Still keeping a wary eye on because I know he just got done frenzying, but you see him carrying one of those really large syringe with glowing green liquid in it. You know, like it's ready to stab as he walks past. When he sees that you don't lunge at him, I just relax slightly, step into the room and go over to the woman, do one of those, look at me, look at me, look at me, and as soon as she meets my eyes, in my special, very persuasive voice, I say, "Forget this."
Okay. She initially, all of her attention is on the individual who smashed her door in, and she is initially throwing a succession of books, small ornaments, and glasses across the room that are smashing up against the wall. None of them are hitting Tobias at all because she's not particularly good at this sort of thing. So there's a succession of random objects flying across the room in his general direction.
Stop breaking things.
When you step into the room, when you start doing the calm down, hands up, sort of calm down thing, initially she doesn't look at you, but after a second or two, she glances in your direction and catches your eye, and you implement it in a moment. And it works immediately. You don't need to make a roll. It happens immediately. She suddenly stops. There's a small sort of little statue of a horse in her hand, made of what looks like pewter. She looks at it for a second and then places it back down on the desk next to her. Climbs down off the bed and looks and says, "What happened to my door?"
You wouldn't believe it. You know that wing on the other end of the hospital, the violent wing, the criminal wing. Well, one of the new ones. This is what I'm hearing, but he got out and he was just rampaging. One of them really big, like rugby type ones.
What he did to my arm?
Yeah. He screwed up Dr. Petrovich. Look, his arm's broken.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you're here to protect me, David.
Oh, don't worry. I'll come and see you tonight.
Bow chicka wow wow.
And I'll make sure Jasper gets somebody up here from maintenance to fix your door for you.
Don't leave me, David. I'm scared.
You hear a mason jar just opening slightly down the hall as you look to the side and you see Helena taking a large sip and watching.
I take her by the shoulders. I set her on the bed, just to sit on the side of the bed, and I just kind of pat the back of her wrist and say, "Dr. Petrovich is watching. There are rules.
Oh,
we don't want to get.
I don't mind an audience.
We don't want to get kicked out, do we? Then we'll never be able to do this again."
Maybe Dr.
Blurp.
Petrovich would like to be involved.
I need to go to morgue and get the boys to go get to my cane. You go protect the lovely lady. Bye now.
In
I'm
Brooklyn,
gonna take the
Russia.
cane. I'm gonna take her cane or his cane and move it inside the room.
So you open the door and you see the cane on the floor.
Yeah.
You pick it up.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need a roll from you, V.
Yeah, what's the role? I don't remember.
I think it's intelligence occult, isn't it?
I believe it is.
Oh. Okay.
I was right.
Oh dear.
I might have just fucked up. All right.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a tad.
Do I add the modifiers as
yes.
well or no?
Yes, because they're all done at the time. So you only roll for success at the point where it's implemented. So, but yes, you add the modifiers.
Alright, there's that. I forget how many.
How many modifiers?
If it
Yeah.
hurts me, I instantly drop it. I'm just gonna say it right now.
I mean, it's going to hurt you.
I'm sure I instantly drop it though.
There is no doubt in my mind that this is going to hurt you. The modifiers you get will be 7.
7? Okay.
This is about to be fucking rough. Oh my god.
No, my apologies. I lie. It's more than 7.
Yeah.
It is
1,
8, 9,
8,
9.
9.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
sorry.
This is gonna be fucking rough, mate.
Holy crap!
Oh.
That's 2 10s in there. So that's 11 successes.
12 successes. 2 10s makes
Hurry.
4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
12.
12 successes. Well, luckily, right, this isn't a success equals damage situation, because you'd be instantly
thank
killed
God.
by this. This is actually automatically capped. If you score a critical success on this roll, it caps the damage. So take 3 levels of aggravated damage. You reach down and pick up the stick. As you get it about an inch maybe off the floor, it feels like you've picked up molten lava, and you immediately drop it and jump back. It's like it's on fire. It's like it's a chemical fire. It's like you've touched a chemical fire.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it and then kick it inside to the room.
Okay.
And then lock the door and wait.
Okay. You do.
That's what I want to do.
All right. You'll hear a cough behind you.
I'll hear a cough?
Yes.
Okay. I turn around.
You'll see Nigel is pointing at a notepad next to him. He's tapping it quite insistently.
I take the piece of paper, I crumple it up, and I throw it over my shoulder.
Okay, perfect.
And I look him dead in the eyes and say, "We're gonna make you talk, boy."
He just rolls his eyes and lies back down on the bed.
I go back to the door and patiently wait for Tobias.
Okay. Right, team, everybody else. Helena is currently painting the rec room black with soot. And emptying the...
No, I'm down there with them. I opened the mason jar loud enough so that it would draw their attention as they are having this wonderful, interesting interaction with the lovely young lady, and just loudly slurping behind them.
Okay.
To the side so that she cannot see her. And then she offers it out to Tobias.
Thank you, but I need to get back to work. Go get the boys.
And then she offers it to Dr. Oldman.
He's kicking the wall to hold himself up while he's walking with his mangled arm.
First off, you want me to set that for you? And secondly, no. First off, what the hell happened? And secondly, do you want me to set that for you?
Yes, that's while I talk. We have dilemma. My superior wants him, and also Right Master wants him.
So does James.
It's going to say, yeah, well, the Security Guild wants him too.
Duh. And I said I had no problem overlooking Chantry in exchange for favor of him. His favor. He did not like that. And thus, this.
He holds his arm up and it kind of like flops half down to one side. It's actually quite painful as well.
This was a very good batch.
Another sip. He grabs the hand that is flopping about.
Let me take off my coat and my shirt. You do not wish to touch me.
It finally dawns on him, as if it's not just bravado, but you get the idea that he actually seems to know what the heck you're talking about, and he steps back and he waits.
Yeah. Good boys, Helena, please. This is hard. I have little arms. I'm short. Finally gets set off and also takes off his shirt.
Get her to undress you.
What?
Oh, she points at the open doorway.
You! Woman, come here. Woman in the room.
Uh-oh, we lost Cam.
What?
He thinks that the nymphomaniac woman will help him undress.
Take off my shirt, please.
She looks at you. She considers. You think she's going through a process of, this guy's old and looks like he's a grumpy old Russian dude. And David's kind of standing there. But I did say maybe he wanted to be involved in this, so okay. She steps forward. She kind of she steps forward out of the door and then looks across at Helena.
I object to my good looks being used for others to manipulate others.
It's makeup. I'm very bad with it.
Really bad.
Focus, please.
Don't worry, honey. Come back and see me later. We'll I can give
Want
you
a
some
drink?
tips.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, drink. Let me why don't you step into my room, Dr. Petrovich, and we can get those nasty clothes off you.
Duh. Okay, let me lean on you.
I'm just gonna walk over to one of the speaking pipes, flip it open, and whistle down it. The usual signal for the boys.
you after a second you'll hear a series of incomprehensible expletives issued from various different other speaking pipes from across the hospital, and yeah, that's it.
As they figure out which one.
She takes you by the hand, the non-broken hand, and takes you into her room and starts loosening your jacket.
Hurry up! We don't
Smiling
have
at
all
you
night.
the way.
Stop that stupid smile and do it.
Oh, pushy.
But I want this set quickly.
He's no fun. He only likes quickies.
Duh. Quick and easy. Wait, what are you talking about? I feel I'm missing something.
Well, I think this was covered in one of Jasper's magazines, which may not have covers anymore.
And
Chicka wow wow.
and the skin's still attached around. You're not missing anything. Unless, are those bite marks?
Duh, princess.
Princess broke your arm?
Combined.
I think kicking. So princess bit it and brought it in, and then I think he kicked it repeatedly.
There would
Very
be nothing
uncomfortable.
to that. You would definitely know that I kicked it.
Duh.
You can hear heavy footsteps running in the corridor.
Can't leave you alone for a minute.
2 sets of heavy footsteps running in the corridor towards you. And after a moment or two, the door, the archway, 2 of the boys come around. Igor and Ivan.
Get my cane.
Igor's holding the terribly half-made machete, and Ivan's holding the power drill.
He'll open his hand. Go to the room. Get my cane. Bring it back to morgue. Or here, I don't care. Let's go get it.
What room?
Nigel's room.
Helena
Baron and dog is in there.
does like little comical finger fangs to denote which room.
All right.
They stop off.
While they're doing that, I'll actually head to the closest nursing station, grab the kit underneath, use the foldable splint on it, and just do a splint on his arm, and then a sling. Something that normally would be temporary, but for one of our kind, it can last throughout the day, and then he can heal it in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to take very long to I mean, he could start healing it now.
Okay.
Well, I'll set it, and yeah. How about this? I'll set it, and then do you splint it, or are you going to burn some resources?
I'm going to burn some resources. Hell?
Yeah.
Look at my character sheet and see if I have the thing correct because of the spell I do at the start.
Speaking of which, is his tongue healed? Also?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not. Give me 2 seconds, V. I
Okay.
just need to check. Talk amongst yourselves for a second while I.
Okay. I should know these better, but I don't. This is my first Tremere.
Did you roll? Yeah, you rolled that, didn't you? What did you get on that roll? Did you get a critical on that roll? Is the question I really need to know.
I got a critical on the hunger dice, I believe.
Oh no, it's on the roll itself.
No, I did not.
Okay. So that will put you on.
It was a 3.
That's fine.
So
No, that's perfectly fine. So it's successful. So it's 1. So just need to check that real quick. So you're at that. So you should be at more than that, which means.
also, how much damage did he do to me?
3 ag.
3. Okay.
Again, it caps out. He was doing something very specific.
Gotcha.
So you're at 3 at the moment.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. At 3 it means you get to add 2 dice on your blood surges when you rouse. It won't help you with regards to this though.
Okay.
Because that's for superficial damage, not aggravated damage.
All right.
So you would still need to do 3 rouse checks.
Okay, and he did 3 aggravated?
It's aggravated because it broke.
Yeah. It's fine. That's that amount?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's 3 rouse checks. Okay.
So
let's begin.
You can heal 1 level now, right? And then you'll heal the next level when you wake up.
Okay.
Or you can attempt to heal the next level when you wake up. And then on the next time you wake up.
Alright. She may become a snack.
Okay.
1.
Success. Fail.
1 not. Let me add that to my hunger.
I'm so sorry.
Fail.
Another failure. So at 3 hunger now.
Yeah, so that heals that 1 level.
Okay.
So at that point, the bones are knitting back together. As she's removing the last of your shirt, you can hear probably kind of a weird cracking sound as the bones start to knit back together. She kind of looks down at your arm, and it's now no longer floppy. It's still damaged. It's still kind of painful, but it's no longer floppy. It's movable in the way you would normally do. You do have some control issues with your hand, where the nerves are damaged still by it, but it's it's stuck with the middle finger fully extended. But that's fine.
All right.
Okay, so that was a long period of looking at tables, and I do apologise for that. The next thing that happens, so 2 Russian boys arrive at the door to Nigel's room. There'll be bang, 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 bang on the door.
I slide open the slot.
A succession of Russian syllables come out at you.
Listen, if she wants the cane, or he wants the cane back, he can have it back, but he's got to come get it himself.
You hear the door rattling. Obviously, they can't get in because it's locked. They continue talking, and it's like one of them talks for a while and then stops mid-sentence, and the other one takes over. And the more they talk, the louder and more aggressive sounding they get.
I'm gonna make my voice very serious and very somber. I suggest you go get your man. If you enter this door, someone's going to die. It might be me. It might be you. Either way, I'm willing to die for what I stand for. Are you?
You hear their volume decreases quite a lot, and you hear them talking to each other. They're obviously exchanging some kind of ideas with one another. You hear the sound of because they've stepped away from the door while they're doing this. You hear the sound of palms hitting palms. Like 1, 2, 3, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 1, 2,
Rochambeau.
3.
Yep, exactly.
And then one of them.
Who's going back to report? Not me.
One of them
Not
says
me.
a word that sounds a little bit like Kakashka, and then you hear one set of footsteps running away. You don't see the other one.
I don't say a goddamn word.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the slit to open up the trap chute, whatever you want to call it, is on their side, so I don't have any control of it.
Yeah, but it's unlocked at the moment, so you can push it open.
I sit with silence. And I wait.
Okay. Moments later, Ivan comes. Igor rather comes dashing back.
I stand up and I press myself against the door.
No, sorry, he comes dashing back to Tobias. My apologies.
Where is Kane?
He has it locked in the room. He says you have to come back.
No, do I now?
Ivan is working on it.
Great. Where is Michigan and others?
On their way.
Good. Is David and Helena still around?
Unless they tell me otherwise, I assume that they're still here.
Got a strong drink and a show.
Tobias will stand up and help me with shirt and coat.
It's a little bit awkward because the lady's currently trying to take your trousers off.
Stop it!
Stop fighting, it's going to be fine.
It's fine, talk to David. He is more your man and your type, not me. I am short, little fucker.
Ivan.
It's more than enough to go around.
Or Ivan. Hey, Igor, go take care of her. Shit. Here, I keep shirt off and also coat. I put it down the chute. Put this down chute. Put my shirt and coat down chute. And then, David or Helena, help me back to Morrick, please. I need a bag. Or 2 or 3. If you catch my meaning. I do not mind getting dirty.
May I?
Yes, lady, please.
She will pick Tobias up.
Yeah, for pants, because that, just let me lean on you. Please, don't pick me up.
No. It's okay. She grabs the blanket off the woman's bed and just wraps it around your legs and then picks you up.
I feel like a burrito.
David walks over and whispers in Helena's ear, "Take him down the chute with you."
Duh. She just looks at Tobias and smiles.
What does that smell for?
It's a nice smile at that.
What are you up to, Brett?
Don't smile at that.
What are you up to?
You honored my favorite. And she starts carrying you towards the chute.
No! Not this indignity! First this, now this?
You will love it.
Kakashka. Kakashka.
And with that, she is going to take a solid 5 to 10 minutes to figure out how to maneuver this to where it's like a double person slide and then eventually manage it in a clunky manner due to the mild intoxication.
No, it won't affect you like that.
Okay.
You have to have a lot of it. You'd have to drink a lot of it in order for it to give you a buzz.
Alright, I wasn't certain how much was in his jar and how strong it was.
I mean, even pure volumes, you'd need to drink a lot because your body just doesn't
True.
work like it used
Yeah,
to.
I'd have to drink from someone who was already.
Yeah, you can taste it, but it's not like it doesn't give you a it doesn't give you.
Unless you feel like blushing. I mean.
Nah.
Aw, come on! You want that blood pumping again? That way you can really taste the alcohol.
No, because then it's terrible to be warm and sooty. I sweat, and then it turns into schmear.
Are you not rousing the blood at all? If you're not rousing the blood, then you can't drink it. You basically you'll pour it into your body and you'll chuck it up immediately.
No, I'll rouse then.
Blush of life. There we go.
Yep. Okay. There we go.
This night really is not going my way, is it?
No.
I should have stayed in bed.
Just enjoy. I keep you safe. Come on.
This is not like my idea.
No, it isn't. But that's why it's fun.
I like my ideas better.
So
except for the one with Nigel. That was fun.
So you're taking him. Are you taking him to the mortuary? Or are you taking him to Nigel's room? They're quite close to each other.
I'm taking him to the mortuary.
Okay.
Through the chute.
Mm-hmm.
And I will actually protect him on the way through the chute if it looks like he's going to bump into it.
Okay. So you wrap him up and you protect him and you slide down the chute with him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive in the mortuary.
Mm-hmm.
What's David doing? Taking care of the young lady? Eagle's already trying to do that.
I turn to Igor and I say, listen, you guys leave her alone, go and fix the door, and I'll give you one of my special presents to burn later.
Bow chicka wow wow.
He sits for a good 20 seconds considering his options here, and then just shrugs and walks out.
I then tell her to lay down on the bed. I whisper 3 things in her ear, and then I walk out as she is passed out and sated.
Okay. No problem. You do.
Hey, I'm a considerate non-lover, all right?
Okay. You're in the mortuary. Mishka is here already with the other 2 boys.
I thought you were on the way to the room to get my cane.
We came to get supplies. The door is locked.
Duh. I could have told you that.
Do you want me to knock on it?
You weren't,
If you wish.
you weren't here.
No,
cousin.
better idea. Make Nigel frenzy if you can. Can you do that?
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay.
Thank you. You can go down and shoot 8 more times. If successful.
Whole month.
Fine, a whole 2 months.
Yes.
Do not touch cane. It will be painful.
Okay.
Okay. Michigan, I must be dressed. I need a new shirt and coat, please. And my old one needs to be in laundry.
While you're saying that, he's already going for the cupboard that has your replacement clothes.
Great. And get me my substitute cane. That is not important. You piece of shit.
I'll start climbing my way back up the chute.
You have supplies. Go with her. It is important that we secure my cane.
The boys look at the chute, look at each other, and then walk out the door.
And then Tobias will get dressed. And I guess let's leave him at that, because he's pretty much not going to be up in harm's way again.
Yeah, that's right. That's no problem. Okay. Where are you heading to, David? Are you going mortuary? Are you going to Nigel's room? Where are you going?
I'm gonna stop off at the canteen, get a large tub of popcorn, and then position myself in the hallway outside David's door or
Okay.
Nigel's room.
Okay, no problem at all. So,
Would I be able to see him through the little tray entrance? Are you positioning yourself that close?
I hadn't planned on it, but if you want to see me, I have no objections to it.
I mean, do what you're gonna do. If you hadn't planned on it, you hadn't planned on it.
where do you place your chair? Do you place it so that you're on the other side of the corridor watching? Are you, close enough to interact? Is your plan to observe and be entertained by the?
Yeah, I was figuring I was at least 20, 30 feet down the hallway.
Okay.
So at least,
So you probably, Jasper, you probably can't see him, but you can probably hear him maneuvering into position. When you get there, you'll find Ivan.
Well, I'll put it this way. You may not know what's going on, but you definitely smell the melted butter scent of heavily buttered popcorn.
That's true.
I'm just gonna yell out of the tray bowl. Who's there?
No one.
Some Russian
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
You can
Hey,
smell
hey.
buttered popcorn, and you can also smell a fairly acrid smell coming from the other side of the door.
David, come here. Come here.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Now, come here. Come on, you know me. You know me.
Yeah, but I just got done taking care of a mess and a broken door and a broken arm.
Well, as I said, you know me. You try and play me, I try and play you.
What the hell happened? I was down getting work done.
Well, what happened was the great doctor tried to earn some respect for something I forced on him. So, I showed him real quick that game ain't gonna be played. Now, I got the doctor's cane in here. I'm willing to give it to him, but just him. If he comes up here, I would like to apologize to him. Well, maybe apologize isn't the right word.
I get the feeling that he will probably be tapping his way up here shortly.
Well, when he comes up, I would like your help. The only person I'm letting through this door is that doctor. If anybody else comes through, well, we're going to have some issues. And I don't want to do that. I've already done enough.
Well, considering what you did, this is going to be quite a show because I don't think he's going to trust you enough. Just saying.
You're right. It's going to be... I'll put it to you like this. I'm going to reach my hand out by opening this door. I hope he's going to reach his hand out by coming to getting his cane and leaving. I don't want ill blood, but I also won't stand that disrespect.
Sure am glad I got an extra large tub. Crunch, crunch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I know.
So,
Listen, all I want you to do is to make sure that I don't get bum rushed. Can you do that for me? Come on, we've done enough together.
I will pass on your message.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
David, a point of order. While you're having this conversation, Ivan is standing next to you. He's propped up against the wall. His hand is on the wall, about the height of where the top hinge on the door is, and there is a fairly acrid smell in the air. While you're talking, he's just looking at you and smiling.
Things are probably going to get interesting pretty soon.
What was that?
I don't think his boys are going to wait for him, and I'm not in any position to stop him.
I immediately take every piece of furniture there is, including the bed, and start pressing it up against the door.
Okay. You turning Nigel out of the bed because he's lying on it.
Yeah, no, I'll throw him out of the bed. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'll throw him out of the bed, look him dead in the eyes, and be like, I'm saving your life. And point at him. And then go back to moving shit. And then I'm going to sit Princess on the opposite side. About halfway through the room. Enough that when the trash pushes out, they won't be able to see her.
Okay. What are you doing with Nigel? I mean, he'll sit on the floor behind you if that's what
I'm throwing him in the fucking corner. He's not.
All right. In fact, he'll stand up and prop up against the wall.
And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna cut off his straitjacket.
Okay.
Or rip off his straitjacket. I'm going to hand him a weapon, and I'm going to say, it's your life right now. You're either going to die here or you're going to live here. Anything comes through that door, you kill it. Period. If you see me swinging, you swing too.
He looks at you in the face very seriously, thinks for a second, and then single nods. Takes a step back with the weapon and he takes a ready stance. He looks like he's actually done had some physical conflict training before.
Fair enough. I stand between him and the door, close enough to the door that I can hear what's going on.
Okay.
Far enough away from him that I can still back up into him. And then I wait.
Okay. So, after a very short period of time, Helena arrives, replete with 2 more boys.
I'm going to tell Helena the exact same conversation I had.
Okay.
I don't want to fight you.
I should roll stealth.
Are you trying to stealth in?
I'm stealthing in.
Okay.
Although, coming up the chute would make it... No, because I have that ability, so... Only 3. It's not great.
I don't know how stealth works in this game. Do I notice her? Do I not?
You could make a roll. I mean, honestly, if she's trying to be stealthy, all she's got to do is stay out of the way of the hatch, and you'd never know she was there because you can't hear her anyway.
True.
So, honestly, the stealth aspect to it is probably more for the boys in the corridor and David more than anything else.
All right. Well, I hold my ground and hold my position.
We're doing the slow, quiet opening of the chute up the side of the wall and onto the ceiling.
Okay. You do. You see David sitting in a chair, crunching away at buttered popcorn. You see Ivan leaning against the wall, with a smile on his face, and you can smell the acrid smell coming from that sort of area.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the other 2 walking up the corridor, bickering between each other. They seem to be fighting over which one of them gets to use the machete.
How sturdy is the door currently?
So as you arrive, you probably hear a strange sound, like metal grinding against metal for a brief second. In fact, you'll see, Jasper, the door kind of shifts slightly, kind of rolls over slightly to one side, only by a fraction of an inch, but it kind of drops from the top.
Can I assume that it's somebody pressing on the door?
No, it's not coming in. It's within the frame. It's kind of like rotated slightly within the frame, about a quarter of an inch.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to stick my head out and go, who's there again? Who's there?
Stick your head out of where?
I'm going to, open up the tray.
Okay, you open the tray.
Who's there?
You see nobody.
Patiently wait.
Those
Who's there?
of you in the corridor will see Ivan will now sit on the floor and place his hand on the hinge, on the bottom hinge of the door.